Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back to talk more NBA. I'm Rob.
I'm Eli.
And this discussion is going to be about the Memphis Grizzlies. Not the most glamorous team in the world. Never really have been. Grit and grind. It seems like, though, they always find a way, with the exception of last year. Serious injuries to essentially their two best players. Far and away their two best players. So looking at what happened in the offseason here, they made some sort of quiet moves, looking at their roster over here. Kyle Anderson is sort of a solid role player. Garrett Temple is a guy who I think fits right in with the Grizzlies style. He's a gritty defender, really underrated, and for $8 million, I think a pretty good value. Yeah. JaMychal Green is a tough customer too. Just up and down the roster, just a bunch of tough dudes. With the exception of Chandler Parsons, who's kind of a pretty boy. Yeah. Caspi's another tough guy, and he's a good three-point shooter. Selden, tough guy. So the most important thing, though, I think you probably agree, is health.
Oh, it is.
They missed Conley. Conley played 12 games last year. When he did play, he was good, but then he had that. I can't remember if it was an Achilles.
It was bad.
It's a bad injury. He's still only, what is he? He's 30 years old, so he's no spring chicken. But I think he comes back strong. Marc Gasol, it's hard not to like the way that this guy plays. Just kind of plays the right way. Great defender. The next thing I'm thinking about is their draft pick. So they had a good high pick. What was it, third or fourth?
Yeah.
And they pick Jaren Jackson Jr. from Michigan State. What have you seen from him?
I've heard a lot of good things. I haven't really seen much of him, though. That's the thing.
So in Summer League, I got to watch him a little bit at Michigan State, too. I had him. I'm really high on him. I think he's probably front runner for Rookie of the Year. I was singing the praises earlier of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Wendell Carter. I would put basically these three guys and maybe Bagley right there. But this kid is just knocking down threes. He's maybe the best post defender, him and Carter, I would say, out of the draft class. And he really was looking like he belongs in Summer League. How do you like the construction of the roster? And how do you feel just in general about the Grizz?
When you told me that they were the 10th seed, I didn't really agree with that that much.
So this is one that this is probably the one that we disagree on the most.
Yeah.
They were real bad last year. How many games did they win?
They won 22, just one above the Suns.
That's pretty poor. Okay. So I have them doing much better than that, and in fact beating out some other teams like the Clippers and Timberwolves. Maybe people would disagree with that. Yeah. You seem to disagree, so you would have had them lower than this.
I would have.
Mm-hmm. And who would have been better?
Timberwolves and Clippers is a so-so for me, but Timberwolves I think are better.
Timberwolves are going to be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think I bumped them up to here?
Well, when you told me that Mike Conley was coming back, that kind of sparked some energy into me. Also, they kept Tyreke Evans, solid player. Brought in Jaren Jackson, another solid player that he can play.
Did they keep Tyreke? I'm not seeing him on the payroll, but I think they did, right?
Pretty sure they did.
Okay.
And here he went anywhere.
Yeah, maybe he's just off the screen.
Yeah.
Tyreke, a guy who we were thinking about for the Celtics, maybe.
Yeah.
He's probably the most understated 20-point scorer in the entire league. You just don't think of him as being a 20-point scorer.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Conley comes back healthy, let's say Conley and Gasol are both healthy. You've got this young kid, Jackson, who can play. You've got some vets, some grit and grind. Yeah. I still like the Grizzlies at 10 here where we've got them. They only won 22 last year, but it's without their two best players, and they were full-on tank mode.
Yeah.
And there's just if you have a healthy Gasol, I think there's kind of a limit to how bad you can be.
Yeah.
He just makes you good. How many wins do you like him for?
Oh, exactly. Oh my, this is gonna be hard.
Rounded to a whole number. Yeah, how many you got?
40. Saying 41.
41. Ooh, okay. That's higher than I would have thought. So you thought the Timberwolves were better though, and you only give them 40.
It's only one above. Timberwolves, prove me wrong, please, because I don't believe in the Grizzlies. But we had to agree on something on this list. So
Sure. I like them for a nice jump here. You've got me questioning the number that I chose for the Wolves. I'm gonna go ahead and say they win. And I want to revise my Wolves number and make it lower, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
So since I can't do that, I'm gonna have the Grizzlies all the way up to 39 wins. Matching the
3
Wolves.
teams in a row, and the Clippers.
I had a 29, didn't I? Oh no, the
30.
Clippers. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, so here we see. I guess I've got the race looking really, really tight.
Not to be in the playoffs. Is the
39 wins is not going to be good enough in the West, right? To make the playoffs. So they're solidly here in the 10th spot. How about the future? They've got them. They're looking a little old, aren't they?
Well, Conley and Gasol are
The two best players are 33 and
old.
30.
Tyreek Evans.
Tyreek Evans is 28.
It's just not looking good. You don't have a true young core, I don't believe.
Parsons is 29, and he's on the books for $25 million for 2 more years. That's maybe the most untradeable contract in the league, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're just gonna, and it's fully guaranteed. That does not look good. Yeah, I'm lukewarm on the Grizzlies. I think that the roster's aging. I don't really like the way it's constructed that much, but I do really like Jaren Jackson. So something to be excited about for Grizz fans.
Jaren Jackson, he's just a beast.
He is indeed. All right, next up is going to be
Oh my, number 9, Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets. This is another one that we're unsure about, but all right, we'll see you back to talk about some Denver Nuggets.